Trade in your old spooky heating and air system for a premier heating and air system and get a $2,000 rebate right now. $2,000 with the purchase of any new heating and air system from Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Log on to premierishere.com today and experience the premier difference.
Hello, football fans, and welcome to this week's Coach's Show. I'm your host, Michael Maffitt, here with Coach Bruce Lane. And Coach, Southwest Georgia came to town. The good news is we didn't have to ride to Damascus because that's about a 3-hour ride. So we had those young men travel up here, started a little earlier for their benefit so they could get back home in a somewhat reasonable hour. But it was a tough night to be a Crusader. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. Certainly we played a really good football team. But we're also fighting some things that we can't help. And,
Sure.
you know, that's just how life goes, and adversity faces you in all different ways and how you rise up from that. But there's some things that you can't control, and that's kind of where we are right now at Trinity in terms of the personnel that we have.
Right. Well, you know, I was very proud of our kids. If you go back and look, and by design, we were, you know, the old New York Giants won a Super Bowl by shortening the game, and we did a pretty good job of that in the first quarter, and it was 8-0, and we basically gave them that. You know, we turned the ball over 3 times inside the 30-yard line that accounted for 24 points, and then we had a drive going before the end of the half that should have ended up in some points. So, you know, they were the best football team. There's no doubt about that. But I was awfully proud of our kids and proud of our Crusader Nation for coming out and supporting our kids. And, you know, we're as we have said the last 3 weeks, we're sitting exactly where we were this time last year, 5-4, and
Yep.
with a chance to finish with that 6th win, and sitting exactly where we were in the polls last year. So. But it has been a difficult year in terms of fighting the injury bug. You know, we have lost 2 quarterbacks and basically our entire starting backfield as well. But, you know, our guys are resilient. They work hard. And, you know, we have to control the things we can control, and the only things we can control are getting the kids that are healthy, ready to play, and they're going to give a great effort. I know that.
You hit the nail on the head, the discipline that y'all showed coming out, because sitting in the stands watching, it was pretty evident what you were trying to do. And it's one thing to, you know, put a game plan in and say, hey, this is what we want to do, but then to execute it. Those young men, you know, with a very young quarterback you had coming in, I think this is that young man's first start. And the game started out, and you slowed it down. You absolutely slowed the game down, and you could see that time burning off the clock. But that is a testament to you and your coaching staff, along with those young men. You came up with a plan, and they did execute it for the most part.
They did, and I was really proud of Griffin Lane. You know, he's bounced around. Wherever we've needed him to play this year, he's played, whether it be wide receiver, whether it be cornerback, safety. And Friday night it was, you know, quarterback for us, and he did a good job, you know. And, you know, here's the thing. You have to understand, we started the football game with a freshman at running back that had never started at running back. We started a guy that had played 3 games of football at the other running back. A tight end moved to fullback, and he did a great job. And then the quarterback's first game start ever. So, you know, again, I thought our kids did well. They never hung their head. They battled. You know, you look at some things when we see highlights in a minute, you'll see more defensive highlights. We had 3 of our linebackers made 14, 15 tackles apiece. So, and one of those was a defensive lineman that was moved to linebacker last Monday. So, you know, we're proud of our kids, and you know, the season hadn't gone exactly the way we would have liked to have seen it go thus far. But you know what? It is what it is, and it's life lessons, as you and I were talking before. And we've, as I mentioned, and you used the word, we've got some very resilient young men, and just love those guys and want them to keep fighting and you know, see what we have, because Friday night, senior night, we've got 6 young men. They're going to be playing their last game at the Cleve. Unfortunately, only 3 of them will actually get to play. We've got 3 that are injured. So, but I'm trying to convince those guys to at least dress out. We'll take their helmet away from them, so we won't make sure they don't get in the game, but at least be dressed in uniform. I don't know what we're not going to make them, but we're giving them that opportunity so that they could, you know, wear the blue and white one more time at the Cleve.
Yeah, so when you came out with the captains last week, only one of them had their uniform on. So that I took a picture of that. That's something that years from now that we'll look back and we'll have some laughs about.
Sure.
But no doubt, those kids, you could see it on their faces after the game. They cared. They were upset. They were doing all the right vibes were coming out, and there's no doubt that they're going to look forward to getting after it this week.
Right.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll see the highlights from last week's game against SGA.
Friendly Gus is fuel good food. Whether you're grabbing a quick cup of coffee on your way to work or filling up for a big road trip, Friendly Gus will be there to make sure you have what you need. Check out our lineup of specials now. Any size iced tea for just $1.69. A 3-piece dark combo or 2-piece pork chop combo for $7.99. And with over 20 locations, a Friendly Gus store is always nearby. So stop by Friendly Gus today. And don't forget to shop Cochran Brothers Cash and Carry for all your bulk item needs. Come by today and see why Friendly Gus has been serving Middle Georgia for over 100 years.
Get a great deal on making the most of every property. The Kubota commercial landscape lineup is built to do more. From the RTVX utility vehicle to the Z700 mower to the SVL track loader. When your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that doesn't let you down. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 48 months.
Products you can count on, a name you can trust. That's Midstate Tractor and Equipment.
Hi, I'm Bobby McCarthy.
And I'm Kyle Gerard with A+ Flooring and Construction. We are your local licensed general contractor.
Don't be overwhelmed with your home improvement plans. We can help you every step of the way from start to finish. When it comes to bathroom remodeling, floors, home improvement, additions, anything you need, we have over 25 years experience.
And we have 2 locations. You can come and look at the products that we have. We have one location in Dublin, Georgia at 335 Georgia Highway 338. Or in Eastman at our brand new location at 112 East Main Street.
October is Rocktober here at Dublin Nissan. With savings up to $7,500, it's time to rock and roll in a new Rock Creek Pathfinder. If a Murano is more of your taste, we can save you up to $8,000. So come check out our great selection and pick one out. And with the only V6 in its class and a great selection, Dublin Nissan has the Frontier for you. We've got J.D. Power's #1 rated brand, and we've stacked them deep so we can sell them cheap. So now's the time to get to Dublin Nissan. And come see the Heisman, only at Dublin Nissan.
Hello fans, Ben Knight for Farmer State Bank. Friday night football and Farmer State Bank. As easy as FSB. Dedication, hustle, trust, commitment, and teamwork. Giving our all every day, just as our local football teams do every Friday night. Join us at Farmer State Bank and support your local team. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Georgia Pools is your authorized dealer of RecTech grills. From smoking to searing, RecTech grills do it all. So come into Georgia Pools today and grab life by the horns. We also carry all the Yeti products you could need. Coolers, tumblers, cups, and more. Find all of this and more at Georgia Pools. Call 478-275-3607 today or come on in to 1201 Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin. Georgia Pools, your authorized RecTech dealer.
So last week we won the toss and elected to receive against Southwest Georgia, last year's state runners-up. That's Tate Evans struggling on a nice return. We turned the ball over and they got it deep. That's a little freshman, Alec Preston, jumping in there. Our linebackers had about 45 tackles combined. So we played some good defense. That's converted tight end Trip Mascaro on fullback run play, and then the name changed, but it's still the same family. Cody Register did a fine job punting for us, had a couple of punts inside of the 20. Great job there at the line of scrimmage. Here's another punt that pins them back deep inside the 20-yard line, and a couple of guys hustling down the field to kill it. Here we are on offense. Griffin Lane made his first start. There's Tate Evans again on a very determined run, picking up 4 or 5 yards. That was at the end of the half. We opened the half kicking off to them, and there's a touchback by Cody Register, kicking the ball through the end zone. Back on offense here is Tate again with a very, very solid run to pick up a first down. Coming back, there's Cody Register, and I believe that's also Andrew Helton in on that tackle. Cody again playing his first game at linebacker and really did a nice job for us. Defensively again, Jamarian does a good job turning it back in. Cody there on the stop. Again, second half action, we played much better defensively last Friday than we did the year before. Later in the game, got some younger guys in there.
Mid-State Pools and Spas welcomes spa season with a full lineup of spas from Marquee and Strong. Choose from award-winning comfort and a variety of sizes that'll make spa season your favorite season of all. Shop now for a great selection of pool and patio furniture at Mid-State Pools and Spas with locations in Dublin, Warner Robins, Sandersville, and Vidalia. Mid-State Pools and Spas, this area's most trusted pool and spa dealer.
Hunting season is in, so come on down to Roach Farm and Garden. Tired of cold, wet, achy feet? Stop by Roach Farm and Garden and check out our supply of Georgia Boot, Ariat. We even carry Extra Tough. Wore out pants, overalls, hoodies, and vests, replace them with Carhartts and Wrangler from Roach Farm and Garden. Almost every color in stock. Doesn't matter if your college team is winning or losing. Roach Farm and Garden has game day flags and concrete statues of your favorite team. Tailgating, camping, or cooking at home, Roach Farm and Garden has got you covered with Bayou Classic Fritters, Blackstone Pit Boss Griddles, and Traeger Pellet Grills. While you waiting on supper cooking, Roach Farm and Garden has outdoor gliders, chairs, and furniture in stock. All shrubs, all bushes, all fruit trees, they're marked down 30%. So hurry down to Roach Farm and Garden while supplies last. Deer season is in full swing. Roach Farm and Garden carries roasted corn, soybeans, flavored corn, ADM, FRM, Godfrey, and Double Down deer feed. We even got tower stands arriving daily. Don't forget your voodoo at the register. Voodoo, it just makes sense. From the woods to your home and everything in between, Roach Farm and Garden has got you covered. 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.
Hey, this is Perry at Williamson's Bakery, a proud supporter of Dublin and Lawrence County athletics since 1965. From donuts to cupcakes and cookies to eclair, we have everything to satisfy your sweet tooth. We even have treats for your dogs. So when Friday rolls around, don't forget to stop by and pick up some stuff for that late afternoon tailgate. So remember, go Raiders, go Crusaders, go Falcons, and go Irish. You can find us on Facebook, or you can stop by and see us at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, or give us a call at 478-272-3344.
All right, welcome back, fans. Those were the highlights from last week. Coach mentioned it earlier. This week is senior night. It's our last game, the 10th game, and it is at home. And there are 6 seniors. So before we kind of go into the game itself, talk a little bit about this senior. And, you know, this is your second year. I think this class has been great. I think they have just totally bought into everything you have brought into this program and are very appreciative of that.
Well, they are, and you know, I hesitate because I have old timers, so sometimes I might forget to mention somebody. But you know, we start with Wade, who's a senior, who's been part of the program for at least 3 years, and obviously lots of big things coming for him. Won't be his last game. And Jacob Solly, who transferred in last year and did a good job as a junior coming in late and then finishing up the season last year on defense and moving into a quarterback position for us this year. And then Charlie may be the only 4-year. We may have a couple of 4-year guys in the program, but Charlie's come in and, you know, last week he's pretty resilient. We ended up playing him at tight end. Probably not what you would play a 165, 70-pound guy, but he came in, did a good job, and has been very steady. He's been our cover guy defensively. We always put him on their best receiver. Austin Bryan is a guy that's been a part of the program for 2 years, I know, and became a starter for this year at wide receiver and has had some catches and was out last week with an ankle, but hopefully going to be back this week. He practiced on Monday and probably play a little bit of defense as well. Carter Lee, who came back out as a senior, has done a good job on both sides of the offensive line for us. And Nolan Terry, again, a guy that's been in the program at least 3 years, maybe 4. I don't know their freshman year story.
I think he's been here 4 years.
4 years, but he's moved in and played some. Started at tackle for us all year and really hard worker. And the best thing I could say about all these kids is that they're good kids. They're hard workers. They're everything that you would want out of a football player in your program. And I'm disappointed for them that, we've had to deal with this adversity, but I'm so proud of what they were able to accomplish in the last 2 years. And I think you have to look at the whole body of work.
Sure.
Not focus on the last
100%.
3 or 4 games. And, I do think we've flipped the culture. I do think we've turned the corner. And as I told them last Friday, I met with them after pregame meal, that when they're able to come back in a few years and Trinity football is really thriving again, they'll be the reason.
Yeah.
They and last year's seniors, they are the cornerstones of what we're trying to get done. And we won't be able to get where we want to be if it wasn't for these last 2 classes of seniors.
No doubt. Thank you again. It's senior night. There's going to be a lot of feelings out here this week. Parents will be here, grandparents will be here. We certainly want to invite you. But let's go talk about the game. It is Robert Toombs, our friends right down the road in Lyons, and they're coming to town. Last year we had success. We went over there and beat them in the last game. So I know they're looking to get back at that and avenge that loss.
They are. They played a really tough schedule. They've had Bullock on their schedule and Pinewood. So their record is 4-5, but that's really deceptive.
Yeah.
They lost to Burke, second game of the season in that monsoon weather. But I have to say right now, at least on film, besides Brentwood and SGA, I would rank them as the 3rd best team we've played this year. Their quarterback is a converted wide receiver sophomore guy, and I would probably, not the same level obviously, but compare him a lot to Ole Miss's quarterback last week.
Yeah.
Can hurt you with his feet, can throw the ball vertically down the field. So we've got to be ready to do that. We've got to do a good job containing him. And we've got to do a good job in coverage. And they're a big football team. They've got some big football players. They dress about 23 kids, so they've had, some number issues, and they've gotten a couple of kids hurt. So, but I really feel good about our kids and our opportunity to go out and perform. And you want to be able to go in with fully loaded.
Right.
That's not where we're at, but we're going to go out and we're going to play really hard. Our coaches work hard to get our kids prepared and for what they're going to face. And then again, it comes down to blocking and tackling. And
It does.
we did a better job, I thought, defensively against SGA last week than we did the year before.
Yeah.
Because I believe that score was like 21-0 with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter last year.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was after about 3 or 4 plays. I was
Right.
in South Dakota listening to
Right.
it on the game, and I showed up to our dinner early. So yeah, you're right. And
So I mean, you can't always measure, and I know that's what people who don't win as much say. You can't measure growth and success only by the scoreboard. And you know, our kids have grown tremendously as football players, but also as young men this year, and we're awful proud of them.
Absolutely. Well, the game is this Friday night, 7:30 at the Cleve. Senior night, we would love to have a big crowd pack this stadium out for these 6 young men who have really spent a lot of time building this program along with the coaching staff here. So until next week, we'll see you then.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts.
Natural gas all over town.
Get yourself a natural gas tankless water heater and save space.
And have endless hot water.
Natural gas is more efficient than electricity.
And it's lighter than air.
When you install natural gas appliances,
you can get rebates up to $1,500.
The City of Dublin will finance you up to $10,000.
For 60 months at 0% interest.
Use natural gas for all your outdoor cooking.
It's a luxury.
We're on call 24/7.
You'll call us and we'll be there.
Whether you're building a home or starting a business, City of Dublin Natural Gas has you covered.
We serve commercial and residential gas all across town.
Yeah. Finish the drill with natural gas. Call your gas guys
at 478-277-5048.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Wind Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin Wind Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.